we had a massive hailstorm. We've only been in this house for about a year now. The roof, when we bought the house, was only about 2 years old. And we had a hailstorm bad enough to completely total it out. And we actually picked Blue Hammer because Blue Hammer had representatives out in the neighborhood offering to do free roof inspections. And from where we had moved before, hail damage hadn't been an issue. We'd been really lucky with that. So it was great to have somebody come by and just offer to take a look because that wasn't even on our radar in the new house. So had a really good experience with that. They told us everything that we needed to know up front and really advised us to at least file an insurance claim because it was a lot worse than we expected as far as the damage was, even though you couldn't see it from the street. So you all came to us. I didn't have to look for anybody. It was great. The experience was super smooth. Blue Hammer pretty much took care of everything from the start. There was a lot of help, especially from Mike, who guided us through the whole process as far as filing a claim, explaining what the insurance company was saying and how that would affect us in just plain English. And then Mike was good enough to come out during the insurance adjustment and just talk through that inspector as well and make sure everybody was on the same page. So we saved a lot of time there with not having to negotiate back and forth with the insurance saying how much the damage was worth and then having to do another inspection from the roofers. It all got done at once so we could get on the schedule and get things fixed quickly. It was really smooth. From there, we got everything scheduled. It was based on when we could do it and availability, and everything was communicated all along the way. And then the actual roof replacement, once we got that started, was only took 1 day, which we have a very big roof. So that was impressive. Our neighbors pretty much all took at least 2 days to get it done. That's a lot of hammering and banging. And we got great photos from the quality assurance person on site through the whole process. They were available to talk to us. I have drone pictures of my house now, which is pretty cool. And another thing, something I'm super thankful for with Blue Hammer is that you all use better materials than what was on the roof to begin with, just standard. And then because you take everything all the way down to the decking on the roof, taking off all of the old stuff, which I have been led to believe is not necessarily standard, you found a lot of existing damage that would have ended up leaking at some point with the house. So the roof is actually better now than it ever was because we didn't know that there was roof damage under there that was unrelated to the hail in the first place, as far as we could tell. So we feel a lot more secure after this process, which is pretty great. The whole process didn't take too much time on my part. Really, the only thing that went wrong was we had to change when the repair date was going to be. That was because the QA person got sick and couldn't be there. And it was really important to everybody involved that somebody from quality assurance be there to make sure everything got done correct, which I really appreciated. Something that was impressive to me was that as soon as we figured out that was going on, I was in the loop. We got everything rescheduled. We actually had our roofing materials in the process of being dropped in the driveway as we found out that the date was changing. And so the person dropping it off, I just was able to go out there and say, hey, it's not happening now. They took it away. We didn't have stuff sitting on our driveway for a week while we waited for the new repair date. Something that was really impressive to me is, like you said, something does always go wrong in a big project like this. And the fact that you all were so communicative and able to pivot to a new plan and make sure that everything went smooth from there. It was really a minimal impact for something that could have been really inconvenient and difficult. The ability for Blue Hammer to make sure that we were in the loop and change the plan with us, with what worked for us, with minimal interruption was really impressive. I work in logistics, and I know changing the plan is often much harder than making the plan in the first place. So we felt really taken care of with that. It was not a big deal, which was great. Yeah, so the prep for the project was really easy on my part. We were told who to expect. Quality assurance showed up before anybody else, taking a look at the house, introduced themselves, gave me their number. From there, we mostly just stayed inside. There wasn't a lot that we were having to do during the course of the project because they took care of everything and they let us know. As far the other thing about prep that we really appreciated was just being told exactly what to expect at each step ahead of time so we could plan for it and prepare. We have dogs that often are a little anxious, so knowing exactly what to expect so we could put them somewhere else and just make life easier for everybody was really helpful. And then over the course of the project, everything was very open. If I had any questions or anything, I could just go out and talk to everybody. They were all super friendly and super helpful. And then after the project, quality assurance was the last person on the site. He did multiple sweeps. The yard was totally clean. We found no nails. We found no trash. And I think we're meeting with our sales representative one more time, and he is also going to do a sweep just in case. So that was something that was extremely thorough and really appreciated, that after this very large construction project with a big team doing a lot of work, it's like it never happened as far as impact, except that our roof looks a lot nicer. The only thing I would say is I would absolutely recommend Blue Hammer. They made everything super easy. I feel really confident in the quality of the workmanship. I know more about roofing now than I ever did before because of all the education and the hands-on pamphlets with the materials that were supplied and being talked through what the process would look like. If anybody ever needed any roofing work done, I would absolutely hand them Mike's card and say, like, you need to give this guy a call. He's going to take care of you. So